We got out of town to do a little trout fishing, but discovered so much more on Mike's Fishhead Chronicles.
Wednesday rolled around and my wife and I were sitting in the office. So we thought, you know what? Let's pack it up, enjoy a few days off in the camper trailer. And right now we're at this beautiful, majestic old fish hatchery. Eastern Sierras is a fisherman's paradise for large trout. This pond here near the hatchery is full of some huge trout. Obviously you can't take any of them, but you can feed them. So we're going to share this with you and show you some of these beautiful fish in here. Watch this here. Look at these guys. Oh man. This is our entourage in the pond here at the fish hatchery. Oh, look at this guy. Look at the size of this trout right here. Look at that monster under the duck. See him cruising? Nice little pit stop. Way better than sitting in the office on a Thursday, I'll tell you that. Look at this gorgeous building behind us. This is one of the original fish hatcheries. It's more of a museum now than an actual working fishery. This is where they hatched eggs to replenish all these streams out in the Sierras. The Mt.Whitney Fish Hatchery. This place was built in 1916. We're inside this grand old hatchery. For display purposes only, they still hatch some fish in here. Back when this place was built, they would carry these hatchery fish up into these eastern Sierras and they drop them in the streams. These are fingerlings here, rainbow trout. This is what they put up in those streams up there, what they used to. They still use fish hatcheries and they still seed these streams. They do it with aircraft now. Here's a model of how they used to take these little hatchlings and seed them up in these streams up in the mountains. Pretty cool. I'm laughing because we've pumped all our change into these things for the food over here. They give you this little bitty bit and then we walk inside and they got these great big bags for $1. So I should have been in there first. Look at this. Our resident ducks here. Get a gander at these fish. They are just mammoths. After a long drive, we've set the camp up. We've made it out to Big Pine. Here we are at base camp. We're gonna set up my little fishing pole and head over to that little puddle I saw up the road. This is our campground here with the mountains in the background. It's like my stress level has just gone down. Even though I've been in these little ponds over here and I haven't caught anything, it's still so much better than being at work. You know what I mean? We've just eaten our breakfast, cleaning out the cups with a big smile on her face. My beautiful wife, Cheryl. Done some trout video here, seen the streams. Unfortunately, I haven't caught any trout. We're gonna head up the mountain and do a few different things today and see if there's anything exciting up there to show you guys. So we'll tune in here in a little while. Hey, heading up to the White Mountains now. Really excited about this. So we'll see what we see up there. My wife is cautiously optimistic. We're in the Bristlecone Pine Forest, and the oldest tree in the park is rumored to be over 5,000 years old. This is just to give you an idea of the space around us right now. We're up on the top of this mountain up here in the Ancient Bristlecone Pine Forest, and we're looking down on Death Valley. We're standing on the White Mountains right now, one of the top lookout points here. And I'm looking across to another mountain range, the Eastern Sierras. You stand here and you look at this scenery around you, and it's amazing it exists when you live in the city. You're humbled by it. Absolutely fantastic. Of all the trees in the Bristlecone Pine Forest, this one is the largest. That's why it's aptly called the Patriarch Tree. And there's my beautiful wife smiling right next to it. We're up at the summit. We made it up to the tippy top of the grove. Here's my wife taking a well-earned sip of water here. Woo! Made it on up. This ancient tree is the most photographed tree in the Bristlecone Forest. You've probably seen this on postcards and calendars and everything else. And here it is. There's my happy smiling wife right there. Big smile, yay! Here we arrived on an abandoned old gold mine that was first built in the 1860s and abandoned finally in the 1950s. These cabins are all that's left of it. Of course, they cut down 1,000-year-old trees to build these things in their desperate quest to find a little gold out here. They're unsupported, so we're gonna take a look inside, but we're not going inside. But you're essentially looking at something here that was first built in the 1860s. Still here today, still standing. My wife is over at the other one up here in the distance. These were the old cabins that these guys, at 10,000 feet, they were out here digging for gold. We're putting the final touches on our 3-day getaway from work out in the Eastern Sierras and the White Mountains. Didn't catch any trout, went to an awesome trout farm, saw a lot of stuff. Went up and saw some ancient trees. Overall, I'm saying this was a fantastic trip. Glad I did it, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care for now. We'll see you.